We get inside the minds of amazing individuals.
Of amazing comedians, amazing people, entrepreneurs, multi-hyphens. It doesn't matter what. On this show, it's all about the discovery, and I hope that you got a good feel for what I discovered today, and that's just dope energy. Ladies and gentlemen, you already know what this is. This is Gold Mines. What up, world? You already know what it is. It's another episode of Gold Mines, and what do we do here? Well, we get inside the minds of amazing people. And by the way, guys, go look at the history, man. So many amazing minds we have had. And it's a beauty. It's a beauty when you can look back. When you can look back and you can see the thing that represents the machine that we've built. And by we, I'm talking about myself and I'm talking about you. It's not just for me, it's for us. We're a family now. We're a Gold Mine family. And today, oh my God, it gets bigger, it gets better. It gets bigger, it gets better because legend is not a good enough word. I think I have to say icon. And I have to say icon, not because it's a feeling, but now because it's like, it's truth. You have individuals that have touched the business that I currently work in, that have done so much for so many and that have like paved the way for so many more. And that presence and that aura is something that is just talked about. And if you come across these type of individuals, it's a moment that you have to hold on to. So Gold Mine listeners, hold on to this moment and remember this moment. Because, oh my God, we got Patti LàBelle on the show. Holy cow. A Philadelphia icon, an icon in general. And I get to say that she came on Gold Mines and allowed me the opportunity to celebrate her in full. Patti, how you doing?
I'm wonderful, and I'm so happy to be with you.
Well, first of all, my mom would pop me in the mouth. I should not be calling you Patti. I want to say Miss Patti, and I apologize.
But I do always mean well whatever you call me. I know.
Yes.
So Patti or Patti with you, okay?
Well, you know what? I'm going to say Miss because I don't want my mom sending a hard hand down from the heavens above and knocking me upside my head. I want to say and start off by saying you look absolutely amazing, breathtaking. You are, and it's insane. I'm talking hair fried, dyed, laid to the side. I'm talking makeup flawless. Patti, how are you doing it? What are you doing to still carry yourself with such an aura?
I have a great team with me. Without them, I look like an old man.
Stop it. You stop it. Stop it. Yeah, I'm not letting you say that. Stop it.
Kevin, I'm blessed to wake up looking decent. But when I call my peeps, they come excited to slide and side.
Oh my goodness!
And make me beautiful and make me feel good. I have a great people around me at all times, and I'm just loving you and everything you've done and everything you're going to do. It's like I'm proud of you, like you're my Philly son. It's like,
oh my God,
I have so much love and respect for you, and see, sometimes I feel like crying. Because I know how hard it is. And today is one of those emotional days for me. And I kept saying to everybody, I'm afraid to talk to Kevin because I don't know what I'm going to say.
Oh my God.
It never gets too big for me. I'm always trying to live.
You know what?
I live because there's so many people who help me. I don't know what I'm talking about, but go ahead.
Well, I do. I know what you're talking about. And I want to say, the emotion, it's mutual, right? And when you say like a Philadelphia mother, I just want to say there's an aura that you have about you that brings such a calm and comfort to people that you come across. And there's an energy, right? That you either have it or you don't. And it's a cultural thing, right? For Black women to warm a room at the volume in which you do. And when there is a moment of a hug or an embrace or a simple touch. It's something that you transfer. It's something that you give off. And it's bigger. It's bigger than just the, it's bigger than the fame. It's bigger than the star attached to you. There's an amazing heart inside the person that you are. And what I want to ask you is like, how have you maintained that? Right? Because as you talk about it being so hard, as you talk about this being a business, like where you're always, you're always trying and wanting to do more, but you know how hard it is. I can only imagine through the years how much wear and tear, of emotion one would go through. For you, how have you managed that? How have you managed that and held on to the beauty of your heart throughout the duration of your career?
I just know how hard it is to get to where I am. I've not stopped growing. I'm continuing every day to be bigger than I am today. Tomorrow, I want to be bigger than this. And I want to be better than this. And no matter what I do, no matter what my age is, I don't feel old.
You shouldn't.
I don't feel old. I don't feel like I'm a has been, because sometimes when you reach my age, I'll be 80 in May 24th. And then I wake up in the mornings, I said, what should 80 feel like? What should 79 feel like? And I have no answer for that. It's just that God's grace, I'm still here. And it's about my believing in somebody bigger than you and I. And that's what I do every day. And then I say, oh, God, I'm in this position, which is a wonderful place to be. But at my age, they usually cut us off. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still sort of like trending and still there in people's face and in their eyesight and saying, yeah, she's 79, but it doesn't matter.
No.
Age is a number. And then I have the greatest people around me. Like I said, if I had some sorry behind people around me, I'd be a sorry butt. But I'm always lifted by all of them around me, my publicist, my makeup, my hair, my son Zori, who manages me, which is a very hard thing for him to do, managing his mother. And he always makes the right decisions for me. I'll go left and he'll go right. And he's usually right. So I listen to my management.
That's such a. I want the listeners to really listen to what you just said, because it's so amazing to share such a bond of business, of course, love, with the one that you're closest to, that gets to say, well, not only is my mom who my mom is, but I get the lucky responsibility of making sure that I'm working hard to put my mom in the best positions, the right spots for her. And in doing that, if my mom is happy, well, that's when I'm at my happiest, because that means I'm doing my job. That's an amazing thing for a son. And I can only imagine his happiness in doing the job, because the toughest days, although they may be tough, are not the toughest, because ultimately he's close to the one that he loves the most. And that's a beauty. That's a joy. My question for you is, I'm now 44, right? And I'm at a place now where I'm watching the next generation and the generation after come and embrace the thing that I love to do. And it's crazy to get to see the new approach to the craft, right? And new talent, and look and reflect of like, wow, I've been doing it for a long time, that now I'm in a position where I'm able to look and have a POV, but I remember when it was different for me. How do you view the generations that you've been able to witness that have come into the world of music and had such a splash and an impact, and watch the business change through the years? How do you feel about that, and is it something that you embrace and enjoy?
I embrace it every day. I have all of my little show business babies, the Beyoncés, the Ledisies, the Fantasias, the Ariana Grandes, all of these little girls come to me for advice. I went to see Ledisi 3 nights ago in Philly.
Oh my God.
Played, and she always remembered a lot of things that I would tell her when she was first starting. A lot of things I said, girl, I've been there, burn that t-shirt, and I'm here to give you any information you need. So she calls me all the time for information. And I know I have to give it up and make sure they make, sometimes I hope it's the right move for them when I give them my info. And usually they call me back a year later or so and say, Mom, a lot of them call me Mom, what you told me worked. And that's my job as I've been in this industry for like 60 years, and I know so many things that they're going to go up against. So it's
Oh my
my job,
God.
not even young girls. Casey and JoJo's mother asked me a long time ago to watch my boys because they were on tour with me, and I had a lot of information to give them. It's not just ladies; it's guys. It's our people that I want to give
Mm-hmm.
information that work for me that might help them. So that's
Mm-hmm.
my job to
I
talk to them.
I it makes me so happy because it's like, for someone like you, there has to be joy. Like you saying your show business babies is so dope because you mean it. And this is what I'm talking about when I say your aura, when I say like your heart, like to be able to give any type of information or any type of advice. I know the joy that you find in that, and to see them apply it to the craft brings you even more joy. Do you feel like music? Do you feel like music has made changes for the better, or do you feel like we're seeing a nice little wave of a return in
Yeah.
a context of music that you can refer or understand more of, or do you feel like with time the changes are, and it's just like it's not the same, but ultimately we'll get back to the same? Like I feel like you go through peaks and valleys, but I want your take on that.
There are peaks and valleys. Okay, when I was doing it, I've been in the industry for 60 years
Mm,
performing. Back in the day when I was doing it, it wasn't as good as it is for the girls that are doing it now. Do you know
mm,
ladies are taking over? The men
mm-hmm.
have to step aside sometimes lately
Yes, yes.
because the girls are writing their beautiful music, they're performing, they're doing it well, and they're being recognized.
Mm-hmm.
See,
Mm-hmm.
when we did it, LaBelle, Sarah Dash, Nona Hendricks, and myself, and Cindy Birdsong, we were not really recognized. But now the girls are putting it in your face, but they're putting in talent too. They're showing you that they can do whatever the other type of performer might do, like a, a different type of person. We have this thing as Black women and Black men that we work even harder than some folk.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Not It's a long time for us to be recognized.
Mm-hmm.
Lately of here, I've been seeing that we're being recognized more, which is wonderful. So it's on the good foot now.
Absolutely. But that comes from the sacrifices. Absolutely.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Absolutely. I think it comes from the sacrifices that were made, that may have been realized or may not have, right? Like sometimes there's a delay in when the sacrifice that one took or one decided to basically partake in. There's a delay in the timeline of when that impact will be felt. And when you talk about the women today, well, there is a high level and high sense of the push for equality being a moment of now where we're seeing women at the table,
Yeah.
not because you feel like they have to be there, but because they're supposed to be there. You're seeing women play on all sides of the business, from writing to producing to developing to recording to ownership. In the other side of business, you're seeing them control more, operate on their behalf, become their own bosses, and they're able to better position their voices. So to your point, you're right. Like women are taking over. And even if taking over is the wrong word, I think women are more aligned
Yeah.
with the other powers, right? You
Yeah.
see more women in the position.
Yes. And being recognized.
Yes. Yes.
Well,
Absolutely.
it's not been that way for a long time. So we're out there and people see us. And that's the main thing that we want to accomplish, being seen. I've been trying to be seen for a long, long, long time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not seen yet the way I should be seen, but I'm still
Mm-hmm.
striving to be that girl.
Mm-hmm.
I know, and here I am that girl. So
Well, I
recognize.
want to say, I have to say, I don't want to say, I have to say, you know, you are seen, and by that I mean there is an attachment of understanding to greatness that's attached to your name. And there's nothing less than, right? It's only great. There is no in between. There is no middle ground. It's 1000% greatness. And the recognition is not by some, but it is by all. And my platform is a platform where I make sure those deserving are told. I make sure that these flowers are given in real time because they should be, right. We should admire our people in real time and not wait until there is no time to come with the celebration. So for me with you, it's definitely a moment just to make sure that I double down and what I feel, but just I want to make sure that you hear it here.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. We work hard with this. And like I said, every day when I wake up, I'm working even harder because I know I still have something to prove, which is fine with me because I love working hard and I love putting me in your face. I love it.
What do you do now? Like, I would love to know what the focus, or where the focus that you have goes to. Like when you say you're working harder just to do it and there's always more that you can do. What else is it that acts as like a hobby of yours today? Where does the love and energy and attention go? What are you doing?
Nothing. I'm sorry. I do a lot, but it's not. It's like nothing big or anything. I'll pretend that I can swim. I get and kick my feet. I just do a lot of things. I have new wine coming out.
Oh my goodness.
New products coming out.
Mm-hmm.
But when I say nothing, I do a lot less because my son and my partners, they all do it for me. And
I love it.
My table, like my wine is coming out next month. Mm-hmm. They did that and surprised me and said it's done because I always wanted to have my own Patti LàBelle wine. So that's happening. New things are coming, items, a lot of things are on my plate. And every time I get something on my plate new, I said, God, at 79, you still getting stuff put on your plate, boo?
Yes. Yes. As you should.
When I say I do nothing, I'm a homebody. Mm-hmm. So I like to stay home with my dog, watch Netflix, watch anything, do stuff, cook, come up with new recipes every day and little minor things, but they keep me going. And like every day, like I said, my son, they're working on new things for me. And I'm blessed, Kevin. I am.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Cooking. You mentioned cooking. The world knows that cooking is a passion.
Another thing I do, baby. I play cards on the weekends.
What do you play?
AC Deucey.
Ah! I'm AC Deucey. Yes. I'm from Philadelphia. Absolutely.
15 people. We're having a party tomorrow, so I'm keeping my makeup and hair on. I'll be cute tomorrow. We're going to do that on Sunday. And I'll cook. I'll make a beautiful meal for everybody. When they come, it's like they're at a restaurant. I'll feed them, and then I take their money.
Dude,
I give them good wine, good food.
And then you get the money. It's a hustle. It's the biggest hustle ever.
Big hustle. I'm a girl, and I hustle. It's clean fun. I only take about $100.
Yeah, it's good. But I still want it. But you still want it. Yeah. I want it. Yes, I love it.
Yes, and I decorate my house. I do stuff in the house. I love flower arranging all the time. So you'll see beautiful flowers when you come to my house. I clean my house. I have help in the house, a wonderful person that cleans, but I clean before he comes. I just love doing stuff still.
You know how to occupy your time. You know how to occupy your time. Yes, I can't let you speed past cooking. The world knows that you have a huge love and admiration for cooking, and it's been this way for a long time. What I want to know is that moment when the patty pies, when that hit, right, when the storm of came, it was such a moment like that came with an overwhelming demand for said pie. Personality was attached to it, and it was a real big thing for you, of course unexpected. But what did that moment do for you? Like what was your mind and mindset in that when all of that stuff happened surrounding the patty pies?
When it happened, I said, "What a blessing," because my whole thing is singing.
Mm-hmm.
But then, as a child, I used to watch my mom and dad cook, so I learned to cook. And then when we started putting out my hot sauces and barbecue sauces and stuff like that, it was cute. But then when the pie came, I was in London and got this video from James Wright.
James Wright, yes.
Right. So what is this?
Honey, he said,
Right.
Patty, he said, Patty, yes.
That was the moment. And at the time, thank God the pies were doing well. But when he
Yeah.
did it, it just took it over the top. I
Mm.
felt so honored that he even loved the pie. It wasn't a
Mhm.
pretend. He loved patty pie. And so it just started growing and growing and growing. And I have so many items now, the macaroni, the greens,
Mhm.
so many things on the food line because people believe in me and they know that I'm gonna lie. If the food's not good, I'm not selling it.
Mhm.
It has to taste phenomenal for me to put it on the shelf. And all of the stuff that we've been doing, the desserts, the peach cobblers, and all the other things, they're doing so well.
Yes.
That
Yes.
that's my second calling, cooking. So everybody says, "Well, what do you like best, cooking or singing?" Singing.
Mhm.
That's sure my sideline hustle. That
Yes.
food is good. People love it. So I like to say, I'm blessed, Kevin.
You
And
what I
it's
want what I want my listeners to understand, see, she's being very modest, right? And by modest, it's just a humble and it's just a good person that she is. To not stand on the ground of like, well, let me tell you what my brand is doing. What Miss Patty has done, she's built a brand. And that brand in cooking is one that has several products. Like, guys, this is not something to just like be, it's not something that you just throw in the air. It's something that people are trying to figure out. There's so many that are trying to crack the code of consumer packaged goods, products. What can I get? How do I get things in a distribution pipeline that can
right.
be recurring, that can grow? Well, you're looking at somebody that's done it and that is doing it at a very, very high level. And there's nothing that I celebrate more and that I am in awe of more is when people can find multiple things to be great at. When people find multiple things to be great at and find the top, that's the talent. That's the talent in the talent, finding more things to be talented in.
It's also the talent around the talent.
Mm-hmm.
Like
The
without
team.
my
Yes.
team, I'd probably be bubbling under.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I can't sell it like they sell it.
Mm-hmm.
I produce it. I mean, it comes to me before it goes to anybody after I maybe take 10 times of testing something. And then when it gets to that 11th, it's perfect. Then it
Mm-hmm.
goes, but then that's the machine. My guys are the machine to make me stay alive
Mm.
because I can't sing and go on tour and do this. So,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
I have the last word. It has to come from my mouth to your ears that it's fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but
Mm-hmm.
they're working their butts off. And, I have like I said, I have Aaliyah, my team, all my people, Kim, just people helping me.
Mm-hmm.
If there's
Mm-hmm.
no way I would do this alone. And I can never take the credit for the sales and all that wonderful stuff without saying that they're part of that reason that
That's what
it's,
makes you great. That's
yeah.
what makes you great. The
Uh-huh.
the greats know that it's not a individual sport.
Nope.
It's a team sport. And it's always about the team. Always. It's
Right.
about those that you do it with. It's not
Has
just
to be
about
great,
what you do.
right?
Hmm.
Don't take that credit, boo, because it ain't
No,
all
no, it's not all you. It's
right.
not all you. You cannot stand on that mountain by yourself. People help you get up there. They
Yeah,
help you get up there and they help push you.
keep up there. Stay
I
there.
think I hope you're not hustling them and getting them at the card table too. If I find out that you're
No,
giving them all these amazing compliments and then you get them at the table and you
I
take the money.
Charles Sue plays AC Ducey. I take all of his money that
all-
he. Okay, I want it back. Leave it back. Yeah, I take that money. Yeah, right. So much fun in my life, Kevin. It's just amazing. People think at 70 that you slow down, or 60
Mhm.
you slow down, 50 you slow down. At 79, I'm keeping up.
Yes.
Keeping up.
Are you still traveling at all? Are you in a vacation mode? Where like what's the world of travel that
Never
you're partaking in?
I tour like I used to back in the day. I tour a lot.
Really? Still?
I'm blessed because the audience are usually sold out with no hit
Mm-hmm.
record in 20 years. I haven't had a hit in 20 or 21 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm working on the R&B album now and something else.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm working. I can't tell you everything I'm doing, but I'll call you later.
Wow.
But I'm moving right along, honey. The tourists, they stay every weekend or every whatever. I continue to work. That's why I said I'm so honored and blessed to say that I have a tour date.
That's
Not
insane.
but a lot, yeah.
Yes. What are you in love with most on the tour? Is it still the reaction when you
It's,
walk out? Like what's the most mind-blowing thing for you on the tour?
well, a lot of times when I get out there, I always ask the audience how many people have seen me before. 80% they raise their hand. And 20%, I said, well, how many people have seen me before? And then the 20% say, yeah, we still love you. For me to get a cross of all types of people, all types, not all black, not all white, not all Asian, not all whatever, just a gumbo of audience members who ends up coming on stage with me, singing with me. When I do a gospel part, you would think that some of the folks don't want to hear Jesus,
Mm,
but they want to hear Jesus.
mm,
So
mm-hmm,
I'm surprised at most of my shows because people turned the other way. They came in this way, but you left that way.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That's a blessing to me, and then I find that they do come back. Kevin,
Of
it's a
course.
blessing because
Of course.
I don't use any props. I don't have any dancers on the stage. I ain't dancing but about 5 seconds. I'll be doing my little crip walk. And I get the audience to participate and to say, yes, we like Patti LaBelle. And some will leave saying, no, we don't like her. And that's wonderful. I can't please the world, but I do my job in trying to. So I try every night. And
I
it's
cannot believe that you are still actively touring. I can't believe that you're like, I'm
Google
recording.
me.
This is
Google,
great. This is so dope. This
right?
is so dope. And it's
That's
it's like, I don't know, it just makes me smile. It makes me smile because I see the joy in your face as you're talking about it. And I
joy.
see how happy you are. I
I'm
love it.
happy. Yes. It's
I
like you
love
go
it.
out every night on your tour to present yourself to the audience and hopefully some will go and say, Dag, I'm going to go to another Patti LaBelle show. I'll go to another one because I've shown them something in me that they never saw before. And then they end up liking Miss Patti. So then they'll come back and bring their friends with them. So every tour, every night of my show is like a contest for me to see who can I bring into my fold? Who can say they left the show liking Patti LaBelle? So it's a wonderful feeling to go out there when someone like this, and then they're like, hey,
And at the end, I
yes,
got another question for you. So there's times where I think to myself, where I'm like, I can't wait until I'm at a point where, you know, I'm older and I'm sitting with the people that I did the things that I'm doing now with, and we're able to look back and reflect on these times and just go, wow, do you remember when? Or guys, y'all remember when we did this? Or what about this moment? Oh, that was such a good time. Like to be able to talk with the people that you shared some of the biggest moments of your life with and really, really reflect. I'm like, when me and my friends are together, we talk about that. I'm like, dude, I said, that's going to be the best when we're at a table or dinner and we're reflecting.
yeah,
For you, do you have those moments
yes, I
with
do.
those?
I've had that moment last month with Nona Hendrix.
Okay.
Sarah Dash, uh,
Okay.
Cindy Birdsong went with the Supremes. Sarah Dash died not so long ago. It was three, LaBelle.
Okay.
Sarah, Nona, and myself. And so me and Nona had a big old conversation about a month or two ago about our back days. How we used to drive in the station wagon from Philly to LA with sardines and little bags of tuna and some candy bars. And that's what we ate on. And we were going to do the show with the Rolling Stones in LA. Oh, honey, it was such a story. And so we had moments in that car getting to LA. We happened to stop in Detroit. Our little per diem allowed us to buy some kind of outfit. I probably bought something from J.C. Penney's. I don't know where it came from, but I bought an outfit. and we all bought something. When we got to the hotel, it was it was on Hollywood and Vine, the hotel. I can't remember the name of it. So we went to the store in Detroit and bought little outfits. And so when we got there, I'm a prankster. I said, "Oh, girls, we have to do an interview soon. So let's all put on our pretty clothes that we just purchased in Detroit. Let's get ready for the interview." Honey, it lasted long. They put on makeup, then two outfits, not two outfits, one outfit. I put on my outfit. And then I said, "Psych." Well, they tried to kick my butt. But listen, so Sarah was pissed. They were all angry. And so Sarah took a bag of nuts and threw them at me. Some pecans, because that's all we had to eat was some pecans and probably that sardine can or something. So she threw it and hit me. And then I said, "Oh no, this is not going to go." So then I tried to fight back. Nona got me. And I said, it got real loud. And here comes a knock on the door. Listen. And it was Mick Jagger. He said,
Yeah.
"Guys, what are you doing?" I said, "They try to hurt me." I lied. Oh, Kevin, I was such a bad person, just playing tricks on people.
Tricks. You're a prankster. Yes.
We didn't have
Yes.
money, no food, real food. So let's just have fun. Everybody got dressed and there was a fight. And we talked about that a couple months ago. Me and Nona talked about all of the things. At the time, the tickets for the Rolling Stone and LaBelle were $3.50 for
Are you kidding me?
$3. I have the stubs to show me what we played for. We opened the show and we thought people would like dog us because we're opening for the Rolling Stones. They came to see the Stones, but they gave us so much love. It was like, wow, we're bad. Things like that. But it was a $3.50 ticket. And just things that we talked about. We talked about the things with Sarah, me and Nona, and we're still planning on doing something as LaBelle as we speak.
That's
but it was so
insane.
many things that we did back in the day that were mind blowing and just crazy. I mean, crazy. I can't even tell you all the stories.
That's
But
insane.
I have such great feelings about my past, and they were rough, but they were great feelings. Eating sardines whenever we couldn't afford a meal or whatever. Sardines were 10 cents a can. So we had a lot of sardines and we just lived,
Well, you're talking about the memories that make the most sense, right?
yeah,
Like you're really, really discussing what I would say is the beauty of the journey. Like when you're talking about shows from the beginning and we were opening for Mick Jagger, oh my God, these tickets were $3. Like imagine a career without stories. It's a career without stories is a career with no. Yes, like what do you mean? It's like boring, nothing. I mean, what do you have? Do you have like memorabilia? Do you have something that could act as like if there was a walk down memory lane with Miss
yeah.
Patti LaBelle, do you have things like the albums or oh my God, this dress or what? And like where is it?
In a part of my house downstairs in my basement, we call it the spot. And the spot holds all of my old LaBelle clothes with the cables and all that
Oh
stuff.
my God.
And hairstyles, those things I used to wear. Norman used to do beautiful hairstyles. We had everything in my basement. And it's memory lane.
Oh my God.
And the thing that I said too, Kevin, is that we were some bad heifers. We were the first to do a lot of things, LaBelle.
Oh my goodness.
So I'm so proud of who I was back then. And it's still moving on in this part of my life. It's still a part. And like I said, Nona and I speak a lot. We're going to do a LaBelle play. We're going to do
I love that. I was just about to ask you, like, do you feel that the story of LaBelle, the story of Miss Patti LaBelle, like when you say and just talk about like, there's more that I can do or more that I want to do. Is there ever another version of storytelling, right? Is there ever the elevated version of, the movie or the documentary or something that you would like presenting in this time?
All of those things are coming.
I love that.
Things coming that I have to call you later and tell you.
I love that.
To talk about it.
I would not if I have the time. You're Miss Patti LaBelle. What do you mean? I stop whatever I'm doing and make the time.
I have a lot to talk to you about.
Well, I have a lot of time to listen. There's no shot, and I mean that.
later. I can't publicize it now.
I got it. I understand.
It's on my page, honey. I got a
I
page of goodies coming.
I love it, and I love the concept attached to just
Oh,
giving those today that aren't aware, that should be aware. I
yeah.
mean, this it's not, there's nothing better. Like I used to tease an older friend of mine, and one day he said something to me that was so dope, and I forgot what I said, but I was like, "Shut your old ass up!" Like, it was us talking quick, and he said to me, "Talk to me when you get here." And I stopped in my tracks, and I said, "You know how dope that is?" And he said, "What?" I
Mm,
said, "It's such a privilege to get there."
you
And
want
I
to
said, so many overlook the privilege of being there. And the privilege is being able to say, when you get here, you're going to look at life differently. You're going to understand things. You're going to have stories. You're going to have memories. More importantly, you're going to have appreciation. And,
right.
and, and talking to you now, there's so much appreciation, and I'm
Thank
happy
you.
to be here. I'm happy. I'm Kevin. I'm doing this, and my team, my people, there's so much appreciation, and there's such a calm attached to it. It's
Right.
so visible. It's so visible. And I
Mm-hmm.
love it. I love it. You're not only making me smile in a moment, but it's like I can't wait to get there.
Oh,
And
wow.
I know you don't want to rush it. I know you don't want to rush life, but I swear to you, I hope and pray that I'm lucky enough to sit with this type of poise and this happiness that you're sitting in and with now. Like, I hope and pray that God has that in the future for me, in the cards.
It's there for you. It's here for you. And I'll explain it and express it to only you first. And then I can let the world know. But it's so good talking to you. I didn't know it would be this good. I have to be honest. I said, what is Kevin going to ask me? What are we going to talk about? Am I going to be nervous? So you brought me to tears.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a
Mm-hmm.
whole other movie.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because it's sincere. I
Yes.
see you and I know how much you really care about having this interview with me.
Yes.
Not just having
Yes.
a space filler. You're not filling me up. But
No.
it's, it's
No.
so heartfelt. It,
it's
it,
this
it,
is it's authentic. It's authentic, and that's why, like, there is no prep for it. There is no, let me
right.
call and make sure these questions are good. No. This is it
Because
is
I
a
asked
show.
my publicist, I said, what are we going to talk about? She said, it's just going to be you and Kevin.
That's
And
it.
that's what it is.
That's it.
Now, I
That's
don't
it.
know anything about what you're going to say, how you're going to say it, how you're going to move me, how I'm going to move you. It's natural. It's the way it should be. Not
One
plain,
thousand percent.
not plain.
1,000%. And I feel like, this is why people respond the way that they have to this particular podcast. It's because it's genuine. It's because it's transparent. But more importantly, it's support. It's support. Like, there is no salacious attempt or move for anything outside of a warm embrace of heartfelt support and voicing that to one another, and the discovery. I mean, people are going to laugh when they hear you say, "I love cards, and I like beating the people around me." That's right. It ain't about the money, but I like to win. I love to cook.
It
Cooking
ain't
is my
real.
second love. Like,
Yeah.
it's hearing you speak in a manner that they have not heard you speak in.
And you know
That's what
what?
makes it great.
Sometimes people say, watch what you say. Well, Patti LaBelle can't watch what she says
Mm,
because this is all from my heart. I talk to
mm-hmm,
you like I would talk to my brother if I had one.
mm-hmm,
I tell you everything because I have nothing to hide.
mm-hmm,
In all my
mm-hmm,
79 years, I've not done anything awful to anyone.
mm-hmm.
And anything that I've done in my life that people might say, keep it to yourself as a secret. It ain't no secret. I love talking to you. And I love letting you know that I'm a gambler.
I
That
love it.
I win most of the time.
And I win, Kevin, and I kick ass, Kevin.
Right?
That's what I do.
It's fun.
Is it safe to say that for family affairs, is it safe to say that Thanksgiving is probably your favorite, or is it
Um,
Christmas? Like, what's your favorite holiday to embrace
they're both.
and host? Both.
Thanksgiving and Christmas, I usually have parties
Hmm.
with a lot of people on Thanksgiving. Christmas is usually close family.
Yes,
So
yes.
I remember some Thanksgiving I had with my close family member, and I ended up wanting to cut him because
Okay,
he was ghetto fabulous, you know, and I
okay,
wanted to just slice him. And I
okay.
did end up hitting him hard. You know, I said, "Oh," his name is Cecil. I said, "Stop it, boo. You mess with me." He was saying, "Oh, you think you fabulous because you patted." I said, "But you, you know, I had some moments in my family parties. Yes, I have.
Yes, you're
Yeah,
supposed to. By the way, we all have. Is there any other musicians in the family? Have you like seen some grow and become like amazing voices, or is there any other talent in the business
mm,
that comes from underneath the umbrella of, right? Like I'm curious to know, like, you know, in my family there's not a lot of like comedic talent
mm,
or media or entertainment, but you know, we have a lot of like smart intelligent minds that have went on to do like some great other things.
right.
For you and your family, where are you seeing and witnessing like a lot of like amazing things happen from said young personnel?
Nowhere.
Mhm. I like it. I like
Nobody.
it. I
Nobody.
like it. I
My
like
little
it.
grandbaby, she's 7. She has potential of being a little actress, a little bad baby girl. I love her. She's free spirited. She'll say anything to you. But
Mm.
I don't have anybody in my family that I could say would be an entertainer.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
Nobody.
Same. Same. Not an entertainment. And it's funny how it shapes out because it makes sense. Like it's like I
Yes.
didn't plan on being here. It just happened and I fell into it and I fell in love with it. But it wasn't like, you know, this wasn't predetermined and this is what it's gonna be. It was a
Nobody in your
discovery.
like you.
No, no,
Yeah,
no.
that's what it is with me. Yeah.
No, no. My crazy dad was probably the closest, but he was as R rated as R rated could get. So it was a
Okay.
completely different energy attached to
Yeah.
my dad. Just
Oh,
me unfiltered, with
very.
another level of unfiltered. Yes, yeah. That's
But
the only way that I can do it.
I love who you are and what you
Thank
do.
you.
I've never told you because I don't see you that often
Hmm.
how proud I am of you. I
Thank
am
you.
so proud of you. And you never went to Hollywood. You never
Thank
got
you.
a big head.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
always remained a Philadelphian
Yes, ma'am.
and never too big for anybody.
No, ma'am.
That's more
No.
important than anything that people are still people friendly.
Yes, ma'am.
And a lot of times we get that big head, we go to Hollywood and we forget about everybody.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
I see that in you. I see a lot of you in me.
I,
I
you
see a
know,
lot of me in you, whatever.
I love and I love that you're in Philadelphia, right? I love that it's like you're still in the city.
Still gonna be.
Your love for Philadelphia is endless, and it's important. The city needs to see it, and other Philadelphians need to see it and learn more from it. Like you're one of one, Miss Patti LaBelle,
And
one
so
of
are
one.
you, Mr. Kevin.
Y-
You're one.
I I am going to end this on such a high positive note that I want the listeners to just like really highlight and take away from this. Um, it's so dope when you get to listen to people just talk genuinely. It's amazing thing just to be able to listen, hear, and walk away with a different perspective than you may have had coming in. And the perspective that I want you guys to leave and understand of Miss Patti LaBelle is one of just a warm, loving heart and just she embodies the true meaning of comfort in my eyes. She embodies the true meaning of feel good and happiness. And it's not something that you can force. It's something that you either have or you don't. And the genuine love and the genuine world of embracing that she gives to those closest to her and around her in the environment. If you're lucky enough to ever come across it, do yourself a favor and hold on to it because it's not something that is often given. It's not something that you can just go out and get from most. It truly is a gift. And Miss Patti LaBelle, you have it. And you've made me feel unbelievably good today in this conversation. I just want to tell you I love you and I appreciate you. And your impact is one that has been felt by so many. You're important, you're necessary, and you're needed.
Thank
My
you.
words to you, and I mean it.
Watch this. Watch this.
Oh, she gave me a hug. She just gave me a hug. And I'm holding on to this hug. I'm holding on to this hug.
Loving hug.
I
Thank
love
you.
you.
Comfortable.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Yes,
You
ma'am.
were very comfortable today. You made me feel like a queen. Honestly,
I
did.
made you feel like what you are. That's what
Thank
I
you
did.
so
It's
much.
what you are.
You are so
Ladies and
sweet.
gentlemen,
Thank you.
ladies and gentlemen, this is Gold Minds. And you know what we do? We get inside the minds of amazing people. And today was no different. We got inside the mind of Miss Patti LàBelle. Mom, I know I said her name first without the miss, and I apologize. Mom, please don't send that hand from heaven down and knock me in the head. I corrected it. I love you, Miss
I
Patti
love you
LàBelle.
so much, Kevin.
Thank you.
Give your family my love. Okay.
Will do. Will do. All right. Bye-bye.